I would consider our marriage very almost close to perfect before. But it was only when Alec was born, suddenly Kerwin stepped back then.
When we had that problem with Alec, I withdrew. So I was emotionally distant and mentally absent with my wife. We kind of grew apart, we kind of grew distant.
That kind of really made me feel sad and alone.
Our firstborn son, Alec, had autism. Because I was kind of in denial with my son, it really drove a wedge in our marriage, and that really was something that had a very negative impact with her.
Because there would be times wherein, when he comes home from work, I'll share to him, oh, babes, these are the things that Alec did today, he did like this, small little things. For us, it's like major milestone. But for him, it's like, okay. Parang he doesn't celebrate it with you.
Marami akong dreams for him on what he can accomplish and what he'll be in the future. So when we found out about the autism, that kind of came crashing, no? As a guy, medyo nakabottle up yung feelings, no? Hindi ko talaga ma-express properly. And that kind of really caused a lot of problems, issues in our marriage.
That's really very hard because it's like, am I the only parent here? It really made me feel like he didn't have a father and I didn't have a husband to even share it with. Like, what's the use of having this husband if hindi mo naman siya makausap, di ba? But the nearest to Massachusetts, which is kind of like second home to my husband, is Canada, because he grew up there. I felt that, hey, this is a good opportunity to catch up on Alec's verbal, because he was already 5 years old. Until 7, if he doesn't talk, parang wala na yan. I had 2 restaurants that time, and I just left. I said, it's either my 2 restaurants or Alec. So, okay, of course the answer is Alec, right? So I just left it.
God really had a plan for us, so we went there. There was a big fight with my mom and her.
His mom kind of like blew up in the text, suddenly texting me things that revealed a lot of lies from Kerwin. Like, why do I spend so much money? And then suddenly the mom was texting me like, okay, if you're gonna live in Canada, you can just support yourself. I'm here in Canada to focus on my child. And then now you're gonna tell me I have to support myself. Wait. Parang there's something wrong.
It ended up that we returned back here. With that, when we came back, that's the time she said she couldn't take it anymore and that we should separate.
I was very angry. I can remember how angry I was. I was really telling them that, if they share to me God's word, I'd be like, it's easier for you to obey God because, your husband is okay. But every time I read the Bible at night, God would really speak to me and tell me commands that are directed to you. Then I would close it. No, I cannot. I'd really argue with God. No, I cannot. I am not ready.
When I was with Alec and we were separated, I was really hands-on with him because basically I had to. Slowly I learned then to take care of him on my own. And but of course I was still very much hurt there. And I was really angry at my wife for leaving us.
Kelly asked me, so how long have you been separated? And I was like, 7 months. And I was like, how long did you separate? I mean, after what he did to you? 1 week. And I was like, oh, wow. Tapos sabi niya sa akin, so what's the problem? What did Kerwin do? Oh, he lies a lot. I was like, But she was so kind. She was like, But in my mind, I'm like saying, okay, Abby, what is the drama all about?
When I started obeying God and following really His word, slowly He fixed our marriage, you know. I didn't really have to do much, but it was Him who convinced Abby on her own to also start following God.
I cannot keep saying that I love God and I don't obey Him. It's like my child saying she loves mommy, but she doesn't want to obey me. So that's not real love. So when I went up, and then I told him that, I felt like I can't be with God and then not obeying Him. So if you want to come back, you can come back. I was ready to endure the life early, but God is really amazing, I remember all the hurt just got removed. It was very amazing because I thought it's going to be like 30, 40 years of endurance.
Even when I was struggling with all these problems when we were separated, God really gave me the strength to continue, to go on. Every time we met, she would get mad because of all the things that happened. I was still very calm. Now we try to work things out, our problems, and with God really at the center of our marriage, it's been a blessing,
We're not perfect, so we still fight. It's like a regular marriage. We still fight. But if you have God first, your full dependency and comfort comes from Him. And then He changes people.
Yes, good talking.